What's up, CHFFL? Let's talk about week two. As I threw out there last week, I'm going to start doing two videos every week after games are played. The first one is going to be this one, which is the wrap up, and then we're going to have another one on Thursday that does the Thursday preview, news, waiver wire, and anything of that nature. That might change. This one might start doing the Thursday preview so that the discussion and news can be on the weekend, but who knows? We're figuring this out as we go. So we're going to talk about the results of each game, who got the money for the top score. Now that we have 2 weeks under the belt, we can talk about standings and we can compare how the conferences are doing. So first up, Max and Mark tied for the high score this week, and since we didn't really have a rule in place for what to do when there's a tie, they did rock, paper, scissors virtually. They each text me their moves, and Max won that, so I sent him $10 on Venmo. Congratulations to both you guys. Great score, great games. In the future, if there's another tie, we'll do it the same way. I'll let the two people who tied figure out what they want to do. We can just split it. Not a big deal. All right, so results for the anime conference. I went against Roy, and I actually pulled a win out. I didn't think I was going to, and I got bailed out a little bit. Stafford and Yeldon, I talked about in the preview, and both of them did fine, even though there were concerns. What really did it for me was, first of all, OBJ having a mediocre night because the Giants are a dumpster fire. And then the Bears defense with 23 points against Seattle. I'm very happy I basically picked Khalil Mack off of waivers. I got this wrong because I predicted I wouldn't win, but I would rather me win than get the predictions right. All right, so next, Brad, poor Brad, poor Brad, 143 against Mark's 169. Brad, I was worried about the running backs. Fournette injured, and he only got 4 points from his two starting running backs. He is leading in points scored against him, so that's a little bright side. His team's going to get wins. It's just it's tough to feel like you're already climbing uphill this early in the season when you know your team is good. I predicted that one correctly. Wrapping up the anime conference, we had Max Gordon Smash against Wes, the Full Metal Alchemera. Max got 169, and Wes only came in at 110 this week after going insane in week one. Max, if you go look at his score, I think he had one person under 10 points, and that was like an 8. So very consistent. Max is deep and well-rounded. Wes is just struggling at the little positions. He's got 2 points combined from tight end, defense, and kicker this week. I thought that this was going to be a really close game, but Max ran away with it. Wes looking somewhat volatile week to week. All right, so going over to Fortnite, we had Parker in the Snobby Shore Pistol Whips against Grant in the Tilted Tower Tank Ticklers. I hate that I have to say that every video. I guess I could just skip it. But Grant was good, even though his running backs didn't come up big, and I don't expect them to. Jamal Williams still starting for him, and there's really no one on his bench with Aaron Jones coming off the suspension next week. Matt Ryan scored 30-some points, though, and Parker, I expressed concern about Rodgers' injury, and he only put up 16, and he seems to still be fighting through something. So this was another swing and a miss for me. I'm 2-2 at this point, 2 games to go in Fortnite. So the game of the week stands Keanu Chug Jugs against the Salty Springs Spartans. Swan looked a lot better than week 1, but he's really missing Freeman. I don't remember what he got by the guy he had to plug in, but I think a regular Freeman-esque score wins him this game. Stan is just holding steady. He's the top team in the Fortnite conference right now, team to beat in terms of points and record. Finally, Marty and Minnie played a game of who could score lower, and Minnie won, but fortunately Marty gets the win for the week in fantasy. Geronimo Allison was fine at flex, but Minnie sat Deshaun Jackson, who put up 27 after he spent all that FAAB money on him. What are you going to do? Brady and Gronk this week against Jacksonville only combined for 20 points. I take that as Jacksonville's defense being good and not the Brady-Gronk combo is not going to significantly slow down. I did get this one right, even though I might have looked at a few of the wrong things. So there you go. For the week, I was 4-2. That puts me at 7-5 on the year. I'm happy with that. I need every little bit of happiness I can find in this world, and That's a little bit right there. So standings, we have surprises for the anime conference for me. Mark sitting 2-0. Didn't expect that. I mean, it's not. Well, 2 weeks isn't a huge sample size, but I expected Mark to be kind of middle of the road, and then Brad being 0-2, of course, is a surprise. But Brad's been great. These numbers will theoretically even out as we go along with the season. Otherwise, the anime looks very competitive right now. Even Roy has put up 2 good scores as well. Fortnite is looking a little lopsided. Stan clearly on top. And then Marty's 2-0, even though he only scored 104 this week. Swan is the disappointment, I think, based on what I was talking about preseason, sitting there at 0-2. Everything else is kind of within expectations. But I wanted to look at the scoring comparison between the conference. And you can see I'm sitting at 5th in the anime conference, my girly literature club, but we would be 2nd in scoring if we were in the Fortnite conference. So even though before the draft I thought the Fortnite conference would be stronger, it seems like anime either drafted well or is just having a good start to the season. If you want some more numbers to compare here, the anime conference has scored about 320, exactly 320 more through 2 weeks, and they're averaging 26 more points per game. So Fortnite, if you're in that Fortnite conference, you're lucky, I guess. I'd rather be over there where the team I'm playing every week isn't scoring as many. So that's all I've got for this week. Fortnite people, you step your game up. Like, subscribe, get notifications, and we'll see you probably tomorrow night with another update. Goodbye.